Hi, today I'd like to show a few more coins out in my purchases recently. This one is a Thaler or Thaler from Germany. This is the pre-unified Germany, so it's from one of the states. If you can guess which state this is from. You got an eagle on top of some standards, 1778. There's a cannon there. It looks like it's to commemorate a battle or battles. And on the other side we've got Frederikus. So it's probably Frederick. And it's Rex, King Frederick. So that might give you another clue as who this is. And I believe this is Frederick the Great, so it'll be Prussia, yeah. But it says on the top there, so that's a bit of a giveaway, I think. But yeah, Prussia. Thaler. So it's a lot of there was quite a lot of large silver coins produced in Germany, especially Saxony, in the 17th and 18th century. I believe there was silver mines in Saxony at that period. I also got another one of these because I can't stop myself. I've got about 24 of these. These are from Brunswick. I'm not sure which one it is, whether it's Lubenberg or Wolfenstein or whatever it is. But yeah, it's George the First. So it was George the First of Great Britain. And he was also the head of Hanover, which this was sort of part of, I believe. So 24 Marian Groschen, 1700. I'll show you all my little collection. I've got about 25, 26. Another nice piece of silver. Now silver's gone up in price now. It was priced at 12 quid. Now I've looked in the books, well, online. Now we are at £2 a gram for silver at this time. And so this is actually half its scrap value in silver. So if you want to get some silver now, go out there and see if there's people who haven't upgraded their listings yet, because the price of silver has gone up and they might not have altered their prices on their silver coins. It's 1947, so just after the war, and we've got a Conquistador for Panama. Medio Balbo, so it's a half Medio, half a Balbo. And on this side you've got the arms of Panama, República de Panama, 1947. It's a nice piece of chunk of silver. Another one this one's from Egypt. It's quite a nice piece of silver as well. This one I think is of the right price, really, 30 quid for this sort of size. And here we have got the King of Egypt, 1939. Very nice detail in his jacket. He's got that, I don't know, I know it's from Egypt, but it's got that Egyptian look. It looks like a pharaoh type style to it. I'm not sure why. It's because of the profile of the head or something like that, but it has got that Egyptian, old Egyptian style to it. And there we've got the two dates, one in sort of the Western calendar and one of Mohammedan calendar. Some nice pictures there, quite nice clear coin there. This one's, I think it's of his father, 1923. Again, it's a little silver piece. The thing with Arabic, you can make it into some nice designs. It's because of the curves and that, it does look pretty. You can make lots of designs out of just the writing. And there he is. I think it's Farouk, one of the Farouks. The head's not so well defined on that one. Then we got this one, Canada, 1973. This one's just of, I think it's nickel or something like that. It's not silver, hence the price. A lot of people didn't make silver coins after about 1960s. It sort of went out of fashion. Well, I think it was so expensive to make, so they didn't make them, so, except for sort of specialist times. So Elizabeth II. We've got this one, quite an interesting one. British Honduras, it's quite a rare one, 25 cents, 1901. So I think this became Belize, is it now? It's a little slither off the coast of Central America. There's Queen Victoria, it must be her last year, 1901. It's a good coin, but it has been worn quite a bit. But you can see most of the detail in there. Let's have a look at this one. Portugal, 1863, 50 Reis. Nice little silver piece. Nice detail. Crown. For Portugal. This one. Philippines, 1945, so it's just after the Second World War, just about finished, because in Japan it was a bit later. I think it was sort of August time before it finished in Japan. So this might have been a liberation one where it was liberated. And then the Americans took it over. Yeah, United States of America. So it was a time when America had taken it over. This one, they've got George V, quite a nice portrait. George V, King, an emperor. I'm not sure what you have to be an emperor. Do you have to have a number of countries under you? But you've got emperors of Japan, and they only had Japan. Maybe they became emperors when they conquered Korea. I'm not sure what makes an emperor. And you've got the Kaiser, or Emperor of Germany, and he was, I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody knows what the difference between a king and a Caesar or a emperor is. 1936, so just before the war. New Zealand, nice piece of tiny bit of silver with a little birdie on it. This one, Canada, 1 cent, 1928. And then again, you got George V, a nice portrait. They did do good portraits in those days. As with the stamps, I was saying earlier on my stamp sort of blog, this period was one of the best, I think, with how they made things. Victoria, Edward the VIII, Edward V, George V and George VI. They did some quite nice stamps and coins. Put a bit of effort into it, made it a bit more nice. 20 Reis, I think this is, of Portugal, Brazil. It's got the Brazilian, I think it was an empire. Yes, I think it's on the other side. We can see the king there with a nice bushy beard. That's probably a Pedro, I think. Can't see it on this. You might be able to see it better on the actual thingy. But there he is. And again, Brazil was an empire. So again, we got a George V, nice portrait. And this one is Ceylon, 10 cents, 1912. So this is now Sri Lanka off the coast of India. Nice little tiny piece of silver. Then we've got Iraq, a very troubled place. Hopefully soon they'll start to live a normal life. 1959. I think that's 20 something. You've got the 2 dates. I think these palm leaves are the ones that denote that it's Iraq. You just see these. Nice little bit of silver. Here we got one from Cyprus, 1949. This isn't silver, it's just nickel or some other material. 1949, Cyprus, little lines there. And then George the Sixth. Nice portrait. Here you got one from Africa. It's got Portugal on this side. 1952. And this one it is Mozambique. It's on the east coast of, southeast coast of Africa. 1952, so just after the war. 20 escudos, I think that is. We've got here. I got one of Norway, one ore, sort of copper little thing, 1876. Scandinavian coins are usually a bit more expensive than other coins, maybe because there was not so many produced. And then you got somebody the second. Might have been a Frederick. And that's the coat of arms of Norway. I think it's a lion with an axe of some sort. This one, it says Lima on there, 1893. So you can guess this one. Nice little bit of silver. And here's Peru. Yes, hooray, Peru. There's Liberty, I think it is, standing there, holding a trident of some sort. Looks very much like Britannia on the British coins. Don't know if there's any influence there. Right, who's this? Another 1910 king, if you can guess which one this one is. It's Spain. So 50 cents. There's the coat of arms of Spain. And this one, Strait Settlements. So this is part of, I think part of Malaya now. Strait Settlements, 5 cents. There's the King George the Fifth. So I hope that was of some interest to you. Please give it a like, thumbs up, and the usual stuff. Give it a comment, because that all helps to boost my numbers and get other people to see it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.